What's up, y'all? Grand Rising. Put you guys here. Alright, Divine Chakras, welcome back. It's Divine Chakras. Shalom here. Welcome back to the channel. So I want to talk about love today. And I'm so upset because I was getting into my flow on this video and I forgot to erase some content to make room on my phone. But I want to talk to you guys about love today, and I want to talk about conscious love. Okay, I want to talk about loving consciously as a conscious awakened person, because it is different from finding and dating, right, as a non-conscious person. And I know because I've been there, and I'm sure a lot of you all have been there as well, because you know, as you awaken, you start to develop different feelings towards other people as well as yourself. And it comes a time when you start to date differently, right? As you're ascending through, you know, your enlightenment. So I wanted to touch on the aspect of love today. And the reason why I'm really talking about this today is because I had the opportunity to do a series of love readings, right? A series of love readings. And last week, you know, the week before, I guess, was Valentine's Day. And I did a love reading special where I was basically offering love readings for a few dollars. And I also did a generalized reading where it's a couple readings ago. And the one card that I remember that really profoundly stuck out to me was the Fool card. And it really resonated with me, number one, because it was all about loving unconditionally and loving with new eyes, loving with new experiences, and again, loving with no limitations, right? A lot of us, we settle for just the average Joe Schmo love, right? And okay, because I want to put a disclaimer. What is average for some is not going to be average for all, okay? So just because, you know, one person thinks that this person is average doesn't mean that the next person is going to think that this is average. But for that particular person, they are settling for that average love. And I don't understand why we settle. We settle. There's a lot of people that we settle on things in life, period. Whether it's love, whether it's your job, whether it's money, whether it's, you know, a situation or whatever. We are always settling because I feel like a lot of us don't think that we deserve greatness, that we don't deserve to wait on greatness. Number one, a lot of us are not patient. We're impatient waiting on love because we're so hung up in, you know, finding someone that's going to love us and make us happy. When I don't understand why the fuck we come to relationships expecting another motherfucker to make us happy. Because number one, our cup should be full. When we come to a relationship, our cup should already be full. Okay? Dating consciously, you will realize that a lot of people out here don't have full cups. They are not working with a full fucking cup. And when you have those type of people and they come to a relationship, they're expecting for you to take your love juice and fill up the rest of their cup, right? When that should not be the case. When you come to a relationship with your cup full, that other person should continue to overflow your cup so that your cup will never run dry. That is how a true relationship works. And vice versa, okay? For example, myself, going into a relationship, right? I should be so happy with myself. I should be such in a good place with myself that I'm not looking for another man to make me happy. He should be adding on to my happiness. You know, a lot of people say, oh, he completes me, she completes me. No motherfucker should complete you. You should already be whole. You should be completely whole. You should be complete. When you come to a relationship, you have to have your cup full. You have to be completely happy with yourself in a place of pure bliss right? That is how you should be in a relationship when you come into a relationship with somebody. Never look for the other person to give you anything in return for your love. That is not how relationships work. You should be working in unison together to then ascend together further from where you are ascended already. Okay? But a lot of us are out here, looking for love in all the fucking wrong places, number one. Number two, a lot of us can't help it because we haven't healed, right? Because we come from a broken home. We come from a home where, you know, maybe our parents didn't love us as much as they should have. They didn't show us enough love. Maybe you saw like a terrible breakup between your father and your mother. There's so many circumstances that allow people not to be whole when they come to a relationship. And then they're expecting for someone else to make them happy. And that is where we get the shit fucked up. Because that's when, you know, you find the wrong people. That's when you attract broken people as yourself, right? Because what you attract, right? You're going to receive what you put out. So if you put out desperado energy, i.e. women that are desperate out here looking for love, number one, you're going to find people that are desperate as well. But number two, you're also going to find someone that's going to try to take advantage of your desperate situation, i.e. someone who's very abusive, both mentally, physically, maybe even sexually abusive as well. You know, you're going to find people that all they want to do is use you for your whatever you have to give, because you feel like you have to give so much in order to receive love back. So that they're going to use you. They're going to use everything that you're putting out because you feel like you have to have a partner. You know what I mean? Because you're not whole. And so a lot of times love fills the void for a lot of things that we don't have emotionally already in our lives. And it's kind of sad because that's how a lot of these fucked up relationships happen, because we're out here looking to fill a void that cannot be filled only but by ourselves. Okay? You cannot expect anyone to fill your void. You have to fill your own void before you even step into a relationship. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to that person. Okay? And if you are, once you become awakened and once you become more conscious and you become aware of, you know, your surroundings and things like that, you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. Because, and some of you guys on here may already know what I'm saying, but you know, sometimes it takes people a long time to come to this conclusion that, you know, you cannot expect anyone to fucking make you happy, because it doesn't work like that. You will always be miserable if you expect people to make you happy. That is exactly how you're going to live your life. You're going to be a miserable ass motherfucker, okay? If you are walking around expecting people to fill your cup. If you're expecting people to fill your cup every single day with happiness, you need to take a look on the inside of yourself and ask yourself, why aren't you happy? Why can't you make yourself happy? Why do you have to look to a man or look to a woman, all right, to make you happy? That's a sickness. That is a mental sickness, and you need to start healing yourself. You need to start really looking towards your insides and saying, you know, what do I need to do to heal myself? Okay. A lot of it has to do with the subconscious layers. We have to start scratching our subconscious layers and facing our shit, right? Facing our negative shit, because Saturn is here, honey, and Saturn is not going nowhere for the next year is some change. So we're really going to have to start facing our darker shadows, our darker selves, our shadow selves. We're going to have to start really facing that and saying, you know, I'm not afraid of you. You know, you're not going to push me away. I'm here to stand up against you, you know, and to work with you in order to ascend and make me a better person. That is how we have to look at our shadow selves, not as the enemy, but as, you know, a part of us that can help us to heal and ascend higher. There's no way that you can sit out here and do magic, you know, expect to manifest anything if you are not confronting your shadow side and really becoming one with it. you have to become one with your demons. All right? You have to become one with the things that you hate about yourself in order for someone else to love you. Because, yes, granted, someone's willing to come in and fix you, right? But why would you want anyone to fix you? Why would you want anyone to fix you like all the way? There may be some little tweaks here and there that someone may need to do, in order for the relationship to work a little bit better. But as far as like completely fixing you, like no one wants to fix you. People got their own shit to worry about. You got to fix yourself. No one is going to be willing to help you if you don't want to help yourself. And I always say that, like, I cannot help you if you don't want to help yourself. It's just that plain, and it's just that simple. So getting back on loving consciously. I've really noticed over, almost the past year now that, men in the conscious world, they are hypocritical at times because, they want to uplift the divine feminine, but they still want to degrade women in some aspects or another. And it's kind of like you got to pick a side. You can't be uplifting divine feminine, but also still stuck in the matrix and, still teetering with, disrespecting women and, listening to trap music or whatever that disrespects women, but then you want to sit up here and, uplift the divine feminine. It doesn't work like that. Like, you got to pick a side. So either you're going to uplift the divine feminine and you're going to be, respectful to women, or, you're just going to continue to listen to trap music and, talk about bitches and hoes, free code, whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to pick a side. You got to pick a side. Number two, I feel like a lot of men, and I'm just speaking from a woman's aspect, okay, because I'm a woman and I can only speak from a woman's aspect, all right? Number two, I also feel like, a lot of men are afraid of, putting themselves back out in the dating world. And that's completely understandable because, I know for myself, I know for myself, that is something that, I can completely understand, because it's like, now that you can see with your third eye, wide the fuck open, it's like a lot of times you can see right through people. You can see through them as far as, knowing that, a lot of people out here have issues, and you can see their soul, you can see their spirit, and you can see how dark, you can see how dark their spirit is, you can see how dark their soul is, you can see how empty they are. And it's like, this person may look beautiful on the outside, but they look shitty on the inside. And it's like, damn, like this person would be so perfect if they would just, open themselves up to understanding that they are a great person. If they become, more enlightened, then they can really step into their own, right? But we have to understand that, spiritual awakening comes in divine time and order. It's not something that you can just force upon a person and hope that they're going to become awake, because it doesn't happen like that. Spirit is gonna work within this person, within, again, divine timing and divine purpose. And you cannot make, you can only bring that person to the water. You cannot make them drink out the well. So, if you're in a relationship now where, you have awakened but the other person hasn't, that's a tough call. And as long as that person is respecting, what you're doing as far as, your magic and your manifestations and your practices, as long as they're respecting that, then, eventually that person, that those jewels that you're dropping, it's going to eventually plant a seed and grow within that person. But if you're becoming an awakened person and your partner, or your significant other, I should say, is not respecting, what you're doing, then it may be time to step away from that relationship. It may be time to say, you know what, I've outgrown this person, because, we outgrow people, and there's nothing wrong with growing and becoming a different person. It's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with growing and becoming, it's nothing wrong with growing and becoming a bigger person. And people are so afraid of growth, and people are so afraid of other people changing. Like, why don't you fucking worry about yourself and your shit, instead of worrying about me changing and, becoming a different person as you see it in your eyes. And sometimes different is bad for people. Sometimes different, so when people say different, a lot of times they think in a bad way. She's different. Oh, that must be negative. You know what I mean? But different can be in a good way. they're stepping into their truth. And there's nothing wrong with speaking in your truth and following that, because it takes guts for someone to step in their truth and to actually follow through with it, and to, you know, be a bigger person and say, you know, I'm going to continue to step in my truth. I'm going to continue to love in my truth. And, you know, if you don't want to be on the same, you know, fucking team as me, then, you know, you can step the fuck off. Like, that's just what it has to be sometimes. You know, we can't be so, you know, open to always wanting to accommodate people. You know, we have to take accountability for our actions. And that's such a big word, accountability. Is like, you know, really focusing in on, you know, what you're accountable for, and then living in that accountability, instead of, you know, trying to bury it in your subconscious and saying, you know, I don't want to deal with this. And, you know, all it's going to do is just resurface. It's just going to resurface and resurface and resurface. Like, the universe doesn't work like that. The universe doesn't allow you to bury your subconscious shit. Like, you have to face your shit, you know. And a lot of us will go through life and we'll try not to face it. But guess what? That's what a karmic contract is. And you will come back. You will be reincarnated to live this shit out again. So it's like, you know, do you want to be reincarnated to live out your shit again, or do you want to actually, you know, face and you know, conquer your fears and your subconscious, and, you know, the things that you're supposed to conquer, you know, within the limitations of your karmic contract, and, you know, actually live in bliss once you do decide, or once, you know, once life has it that you transition. Are those the things that you want to face again? Like, you have to ask yourself that question. And a lot of it has to do with love and finding love too, because, you know, I find that a lot of us are dealing with partners that we've already dealt with in our past lives. And it's like, okay, you're back again to do this again. You got to get it right. You know, so a lot of us have, you know, several karmic contracts. A lot of us have just one, you know, so you have to really figure out what that is. And, you know, like, for example, you know, I have a friend, and I'm not going to say his name, but if he's watching this video, he's going to know exactly who he is. But basically, like, you know, him and his ex are, you know, going through some things, and, you know, he's like on the fence about, you know, really walking away from her all the way, or, you know, should he stay around and wait for her to, you know, spiritually ascend. And, you know, I told him, I'm like, you know, I see her ascending. I see her, you know, coming into the spiritual walk with you. But what I do also see is that, you know, you guys have done this before. You have been in this relationship before. This is a past life relationship that you are now, it's being reincarnated, and you have to get it right this time. So, you know, this is the lifetime to get it right. This is year 11. And year 11 means that, you know, a lot of people are going to be waking up. The ancestors are going around waking people up. So don't think that your loved one may not wake up by the end of this year. You got to have, you know, you got to know that this shit is going to happen, and you got to put it into fruition. You got to manifest for your partner. And this is exactly what I told him. You know, so a lot of us are, you know, are finding love again and again and again because we got to get it right. We got to get it right. So the point of this conversation is the overall thematic main idea, right? Is that you have to heal yourself first. You cannot expect to love and be broken, okay? Because if you're broken, all you're going to do is continue to find dead-end relationships that are not going to work, okay? You have to have your cup full before you come to a relationship, and vice versa. If you come into a relationship and you know that the other person's cup is not full, then you need to walk away, because that person's going to be expecting you to fill their cup when, you know, in all actuality, you cannot fill no one's cup. Everyone's cup has to be full. You got to pour your own shit before you come to a relationship, because again, the love juice that you give out, the emotional cup that you give out, right? It should already be full to the point where you are filling over that person's cup. And that basically means that their cup will never run dry. Their emotional cup will never run dry. Ashe 777. So, you know, let's really take accountability for our actions within love and relationships and dating, right? And I was probably all over the place with this video, but y'all understand my thoughts be all over the place sometimes, because I just be trying to get everything in that I want to say. But you know, dating and being conscious is tough. It's not easy. And, you know, while we're still like on the fence of, you know, the matrix and trying to live parallel to the matrix, we're also trying to become, you know, better spiritual beings, and we're really trying to ascend and, you know, wake, and not necessarily like wake up other people, but like, you know, wake up our friends, wake up our partners, you know, even if you're in a relationship or not. Like, if you're out and about and you meet someone, because obviously, you know, a lot of us, we can see with our third eyes. So if you're out and about and you meet someone that's not, you know, spiritually awake, you know, you don't have to settle, you know, because you're trying to look for love and you're trying to fit into their shit. Like, you never want to fit into someone's agenda. Like, you got to find someone who's on the same agenda as you that's going to be able to build with you, okay? So don't be out here settling, ladies and gentlemen, all right? Brothers and sisters, don't be out here settling just for any old Joe Schmo love. You know, like, it's someone out here for everyone, okay? But my point to you is that, you know, if you don't want to date right now because, you know, you're trying to fix yourself, that's okay. It's nothing wrong with that. I'm not mad at you at all. You know, I'm not mad at you for wanting to love yourself and fill your cup up first before you come to a relationship. That's exactly what you should be doing. So don't let anyone tell you any differently. You know, if people want to be like, oh, you acting bougie or you acting different. Okay, like, what about you? Like, take accountability for your actions, you know, and continue to speak in your truth. Continue speaking your truth and, you know, live your best life on your terms, on no one else's terms but yours. And, you know, you will find complete happiness. You're going to find that person that's going to love you for who you are. And you guys are going to be able to cast spells together. You're going to be able to meditate and do some tantric sex and all types of shit together. So don't think that there's no one out here for you, because there is, okay? That is my message for you today. I love you guys so much. Oh my gosh. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all of your support. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers by the end of February. Today is the 222. So you guys know I just did a video on 222. So if you haven't checked that out, please do. And what else was gonna say? Oh my gosh, we are maybe like 120, less than that, away from the 1,000 subscribers. The each one, teach one, reach one, reach one, each one, teach one, all of that. 111, Ashe, I see you. So yeah, it's time, you guys. The brand is growing, the channel is growing, and I'm just so excited to be reaching so many other people that are starting to wake up and starting to ascend and starting to become enlightened. There is absolutely nothing wrong with exploring the occult. So just remember that, like, there's nothing wrong with exploring things outside of control religion, because that's all it is just a facade of control. It's a facade of people, you know, trying to keep you in a certain vibrational level, and they don't want you to know how great you are as a person, because you are great. You are great. You're amazing. And I just want you to always remember that, okay? So thanks you guys again for all your support. Thank you for all your love, your likes, and your comments. Even the dislikes. I love the dislikes too, because, you know, you can't make everybody happy. So anyways, I will check you guys in the next video.